86 Send 86
Hey, I'm Chris.
I'm Rob.
I'm Cindy.
I'm Mark.
And this is 86 Chefs Club podcast. Another one.
Another one.
Yes.
We're past 10.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good. We're past 10. Life's good.
Yeah. We're in it now. In it to win it.
In it to win it.
So, got a little bit of news to start this off. I want to say congratulations to,
Later pizza.
yeah, new pizza joint in town.
It's pretty cool.
Jesus.
That's what we were doing there.
Take two.
Yeah. Really cool setup. Just like how you pick your pizza up and stuff like that. You gotta call ahead and order, and then there's like a red light
London
alleyway,
style. Yeah.
and then like
Telephone
a old telephone booth and stuff like
That's
that.
pretty
so,
cool,
Yeah,
man.
it's a pretty interesting way to, I see people posting it on Instagram all the time, so it looks
Yeah.
really cool.
Me too.
We'll have to try it sometime.
Yeah, we were gonna try it
We
tonight,
tried.
but
Yeah, we are too late.
yeah,
Too
you
late.
gotta
Too late.
pre-book your order.
Tabernacle.
Yeah.
So we went with Pizza Nova.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
it was delicious.
It was.
Yeah,
It was good.
delicious. Yeah. So, but yeah. So congratulations to those guys. Try it out if you can. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah,
so,
me too. It's too bad. We'll try again.
Yeah. So congratulations to those guys, and big shout out to the Antler in Toronto.
Yes.
Your new outdoor dining looks epic.
It's amazing,
Epic,
man.
yeah.
It's amazing. It's every chef out there going, fuck yes.
Yeah. And making every vegan cry.
Yeah. Yeah. One elbow at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the little one.
Look at the little vegetarian sitting over here.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would go in there and eat salmon or something, right?
Does he offer that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. There's fish. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
pescatarian.
Oh my God.
Pescatarian.
Whatever.
Pesca
Pescatarian.
ovo.
Octo, lavo,
uh,
pesca.
Something.
he's a
Sucka.
pescatarian. He
Yeah.
only eats fish that eat smaller fish.
Who only eat nightshade.
Yeah.
vegetables.
So congratulations to the Antler. That's awesome. I saw pictures of it. It looks great. It's like an outdoor, like
Hunting camp style.
hunting cabin. Yeah, like it's
Hunting?
hunting.
Panting.
It's handy.
I'm getting excited because I'm about to rip on somebody, so it's fun. But yeah, and then like, the pictures are great. So
To rip on something.
Yeah,
Here
yeah.
we go.
yeah, he's
All right.
sitting right next to me.
Oh shit! No way. It's Kent,
Ladies and gentlemen,
everybody.
we have a
It's
Kent
Kent
in the
of the
group.
week. Can you explain
was
why
all
though?
intentional.
Can you explain why though? Because it is,
Oh, yeah, no,
it
I
is an
will.
awesome process what we do.
So, for some reason, when we try to get together to eat before every show, and tonight, for some reason, it just didn't happen. And
Rezzos we couldn't get.
we couldn't
or
get
it was booked,
Rezzos,
or
we couldn't get,
pizza wasn't available.
yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And it was literally like,
Let me read you the dialogue.
Here we go.
you're going to make yourself look
It
bad.
is pretty funny though. Here we go.
Anyway, so Cindy and I are sitting in Starbucks having a coffee, getting so frustrated. And then we finally decide, we're like, okay, you know what? I'm like, Pizza Nova it is. I don't care.
Which is what I suggested yesterday.
Yeah. And then this guy next to me is just like, so am I cooking at home? It's like,
After he said sure.
I loved it.
we're like, you dumb fuck.
I loved it. I thought I could feel you guys twitching
Yeah.
through the phone,
Yeah.
like getting fucked up.
And so we ordered
was
him
pretty
this
funny.
like gourmet vegetarian pizza, and all he says is like, ugh.
I don't like
There's
green pepper.
so much. There's gonna be so much shitty green pepper on there.
That had me in stitches too. I was
Oh, we
fucking
were sitting
howling.
there just like, if he was here,
Yeah,
it'd be like drop kick in the
Punches.
face.
would be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
that's funny.
Meanwhile, we know what's coming, and we're Cindy
That's
just
funny.
writes, "It's all green pepper." Fuck you, mate.
First Kent of the
Fucking-
week. Wow.
Yeah.
Chris over here is a picky bitch.
What are you talking about?
Well, let's go through it.
Let's
Okay,
do
so
it.
I threw out the Tonbury Thai option, and I said Gibby can pick it up on his way.
I was coming in early.
Chris says, "Shit, I'm coming in a bit early." And I said, "All right, later pizza." Pizza works.
Here we go.
What time are we
Here
getting
go.
pizza?
Here we go.
When should I order? 7? That's usually when we meet up, says Cindy.
I feel like we should have a big ball of Jack in the center. We're all doing a shot.
I'm just saying right now,
things to fly.
Cindy and I look like normal people.
Yeah. And then I'll be there by 7. I'm only in for one PC. Just
That was me.
One piece.
Oh, one piece.
One
Okay.
P to you.
Rob's
Just
not being
stop there,
fatty.
buddy. Stay humble.
Yeah.
Stay.
Come on.
Anyway, I was like,
don't skip.
we couldn't order from later pizza, so I was like, where to now, kids? Northwinds, Lowdown, Boston Pizza, Beaver, McDonald's, Tim Hortons. And then eventually I was like, all right, let's go to Prime. And then everybody else was in except for this turd.
I was busy doing something.
I didn't answer you at all.
Except for this turd. I said, I was like, can somebody spot me?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
It's
and
an
then you
expensive
were like-
restaurant.
Yeah, and then you were like, Pizza Nova? And then just that's when we ended up at Pizza Nova.
Yeah, I noticed how you're skipping a lot there, buddy.
Well,
Yeah,
the
you
rest
skipped.
is all filler.
You completely skipped over what I
The
said.
rest is all filler. Too much meat in there. I can't talk about it.
So everybody out there, you be the judge.
If you'd like, I'll post the screenshots.
Yeah, we'll post it to
Yeah.
literally the Instagram and everything.
And
like
you
that.
guys decide
Yeah.
who is in the wrong.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
So picky. This is gonna be so much green pepper.
Mango tree, San Diego, Rob says.
Yeah, we could have been part of the mafia. The Collywood Mafia. We run the hills around here.
Why don't you? Well, you just stopped. Why did you just stop?
Well,
Because you're getting into the Kent part.
Yep.
nope.
I do like green peppers.
Yeah, Chris says,
That
if we
was-
go there,
that
can
was
somebody
fucking
spot me?
hilarious.
Rob says, yeah, no worries. Chris laughed at, yeah, no worries, and then said, Huron again?
I thought Prime
Throwing
7
out more fucking options.
I thought the
come
Prime
on.
thing was a
And then
joke.
Cindy was like, pick a place.
What else did I say? Read my above comment of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And women apparently are the ones who have a hard time making up their minds about where to eat. I said Prime. Well, we're ready on Prime.
See, I thought that was a
All right.
joke.
Yeah, because you threw
What,
out
Prime?
McDonald's and Tim
Yeah.
Hortons
Oh,
prior
really?
to that.
I thought it was a joke
Oh,
because you were
I
like,
don't know. I was just like,
because you were
all right,
like that
fuck it,
place.
I'm
Is,
in.
you're like that place is kind of pricey, and that's what I thought it was a joke. So I was like, can somebody spot me if we go there? So screw you, man.
Communication.
Communication.
So I was
first.
staying out of it.
All
We need a therapist.
right, what are we
Yeah.
talking about tonight? What are
Yeah.
we talking about? I can't remember.
We're talking about mise en place.
Yeah,
Mise en place.
being
and,
ready for your shit.
and portions. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's a good one too.
yeah.
It's a very good topic.
I think the portion one we should start with because it's like a sign of the times and how much the industry has changed. and,
Absolutely.
like it's pretty awesome because we've bitched and complained about like how much we hate tweezer chefs and you know the little fucking dots of sauce on your plate that
20
make
moves
no
on a plate,
fucking
yeah.
sense and shit like that.
The
Like
penguin fur.
yeah, fucking marshmallows and fucking
Artisan
horseshit.
marshmallows.
Yeah, gourmet penguin fur with a fucking you
Yeah.
know,
So
Basil dusting crust.
I recently went to a place that was like this.
Yeah.
Right? The 10-course tasting menu, the whole thing. Yes, it was expensive. It was over $100
Per person.
per person.
Yeah.
But it's 10 courses. You get
Yeah.
to try 10 different things, right? And yeah, the plates are tiny, portions are small, but it's meant to be like that. It's meant to be like a tapas kind of feel to it. You're trying the menu, whatever. Yes, they have their tweezers out. Yes, there's little dots of sauce, like the whole thing. It's gourmet and artisan, but at the same time, it was delicious.
Yeah.
There's only a couple things on there that I didn't eat just because there's a couple things I just won't eat, and it's just the way it is.
What
but
are those things?
the frogwa, I took half a bite of it and then gave it away because I don't believe meat should have a texture of butter. I don't know what it is. It just like, and then the mussels. The mussels were, I took a couple of them and then was
Yeah.
just like, no, like,
Yeah, I don't
not a fan. So,
You
I
gotta-
mean, I like seafood. I'm just not big on
You
like,
gotta eat 'em like you're a
presentation
duck.
is just as
Chewy.
good as flavor there.
anyway, yeah, texture is a thing with me. So anyways, regardless, I ate everything else. Everything else gobbled it all up. But I was full when I left, which is great.
Mhm.
Mind you, if I went to a restaurant, paid $100 for a plate, and they gave me one dot of a fucking some
Heinz
Butter-
butternut
re-
squash
reduction,
reduction with
yeah.
fucking something or other, and one little tiny, like 1 inch by 1 inch square piece of pork, I'd be like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
If I'm leaving hungry and I've spent $100, that's a fail.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah. But
So-
this other place, it was good. Like, the food was delicious. The drinks were flowing. Like, you know, I spent a lot of money on alcohol.
Yeah.
Because I bought everybody's drinks.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm...
Wow.
I'm such a nice person. But yeah, no, like, it was good. But would I do it again? Probably, but maybe wait a little bit until they change some stuff up. Like, I wouldn't want the same things, you know what I mean? Because I'd want to try
So it was worth the
more,
experience.
100%. Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool.
How many seats were there?
We were there. I was in a group of 3. There was a group of ladies of 4, and then there was just another deuce in there at the time. But they staggered our start times so that, you know, like the group of 4, they were, I think, 2 courses ahead of us or a course ahead of us.
Right, yeah.
So
That's
that
smart. It's good.
Yeah, and there's 3 of there are 2 chefs working. There was a dishwasher, and then the 2 front of house ladies, like pouring your drinks and explaining the menu and that kind of stuff too. And the one person I went with knew the chef and has known them for a while, so there was a lot of talking, and we got to sit right near where the chefs were prepping and everything.
Is it one long
so.
table?
Yeah, it's like a bar, and then there was one table at like the front window.
Right, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, there was like one long bar, so you sit beside everybody. You're not sitting at a table like conversing with yourselves. You're kind of watching what they're doing and stuff.
You know what's really cool about a small place like that, though? So that's a minimum $900 in sales. Minimum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're talking drinks. So what would you say you spent in drinks? 200, 300?
I think for the whole night, I spent about $350 with my dinner.
So for 3 of you, you spent $650 total.
No, like 5.
Well,
yeah,
$100
600
each plus
Let's
300
say
for drinks. So $600. What?
for 3
Right?
days. But
You
we
know
were
how hard-
drinking. We were drinking a lot.
Right,
Like,
no, for sure. But I imagine if you're doing 10 courses, what would you guys drink? I would drink at least 3 or 4, at least. Right?
Yeah.
$10 minimum drinks, I'm assuming.
yeah.
So you're probably looking at $100 with tip, 100. I would say about $180 with tip, just for one.
But like 9 people.
In a 10
right?
seat restaurant, 12 seat restaurant. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, 9 people altogether. That's
No
all
wonder
they
they're using
had.
tweezers, man, because they're making like cha-ching, cha-ching,
Yeah.
cha-ching.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty brilliant.
But it was good. Like, flavors were there, all that kind of good stuff, and everything was different.
and
like,
it's
it
open,
was-
right? So you can see them plating everything?
Yeah, yeah.
So they can afford solid.
So they can,
tweezers.
yeah. Flaking off
Yeah.
as they sweat.
Fuck.
But you know,
See-
if you go to Kelsey's or you're going to these big chain restaurants and you're spending $30, you're getting this massive sandwich and like a big thing of fries,
Yeah.
right? Because fries are cheap, and you know, like that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, cool, I spent $20 and I can barely eat half of this because the portions are way out of
Right.
order, right? Like,
My biggest thing with tweezer food is that imagine that little restaurant on a 10 times scale.
yeah, but you
And
can't.
then you get but that's what that's where it kind of it started
Yeah.
from, right? And now
Yeah.
everyone's going New York style, where it's like those longer restaurants as opposed to wider that fit 100 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good to do. I mean, as much as I hate the tweezer food thing,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing that little demographic, it's kind of like a little high-end catering on a main street, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm at someone's house, I'm not using tweezers, but I'm definitely going to make it nice because that's something you in their own home they can't get every day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I get the feel of that, but I would never. Fuck, I was so done with the tweezers. I think it's funny. I'd laugh the whole time. I would. I agree with you.
I
man.
probably would leave.
Would you?
I just feel like I can't
Not me.
watch this
I just
anymore.
want to try the food for sure.
Oh, it was like so good.
Yeah.
So good.
But like the little placements, and everyone's using edible flowers and these little radishes and shit and shoots that no one fucking eats.
No, I eat the pea
No,
shoots.
fuck, barely, man. It's just a garnish.
I
It's
know.
only because it's edible,
Yeah.
right? You're like, these pea shoots are astounding.
Yeah.
So gourmet. He's for salad.
Hand them over to me. Yeah. I'm in.
My wife bought a fucking bird feeder thing it's made of seeds, and you never seen those, like a brick?
Yeah.
And puts it in
Suet.
the fridge.
Suet.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's suet.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
She starts laughing. She goes, "Did you try to eat it?" That me and Stitches, man, like you're an asshole, but that's pretty funny. She put it in the fridge for one day just to see what I would do, but she made it, because we have so many birds and animals and shit in our front.
So she did that as like an actual
For
joke
me,
to see if you would eat it. Oh my god.
Dude, I didn't know what it was. I'm looking at it going, what the fuck is that?
Comes home, you're just
I eat
slicing a piece
sunflower
off.
seeds. Yeah.
This tastes
Yeah,
funny,
I
honey.
was looking at it, like, and I'm touching
This
it.
definitely needs more seasoning to it.
Yeah.
Rob's gonna come in the door and just be like,
Is that what it's called? Suet?
Suet.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that, to be honest. Huh?
Yeah. My dad gets it all the time. He puts it in like a cage and then hangs it from like fishing line from his deck to the tree that was outside. Well, the tree's not there anymore, so I don't know what he does. But so the red squirrels can't get to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and they'll climb like hand over hand on the line to try and get to it and shit. It's pretty funny.
There's some people
Yeah.
put some good shit about that.
Yeah.
on there. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Anyways, back to portions.
Yes. No more suet.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sweet.
feeding the birds.
I honestly think that those little portions, I think, are probably going to become like a dying fad. I
Well,
think.
it could be, but I mean, for what I got out of how much I paid, I was satisfied.
Mhm.
It just depends on what you're trying to offer, right? Like if you're offering one of those things as an appetizer, but you're trying to charge, $20-25 for it, I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, an appetizer is supposed to start you off for the meal. It's not supposed to fill you up. It's supposed to be smaller portions. But appetizers now, even then, like, appetizers aren't smaller portions. Like, you get a salad as an appetizer, and it's supposed to be, like, a small salad.
Well,
Can be
look
shared
like-
between 4 people.
Look what he got last week. That cauliflower.
Yeah, like, that was massive.
Yeah.
That was like more than a side dish. Like,
Right.
that was
Right.
huge.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Like
That was
that's
supposed to be just an appetizer before your entree, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was satisfied after that. I got drank in that.
Yeah.
It was like, what, $30? 30 something bucks? I was like, really? But
But do you
whatever.
think that maybe
It is what it is.
they started doing that bigger portions with the appetizers because people were sharing them?
I think so. Absolutely. Like, because
Yeah.
you can get smaller appetizers right on the menu. Like, I'm sure there was like something
Shareable
on there.
styles,
Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, like even like these chain restaurants and stuff like that. Like an appetizer, like if you were to get like a spinach dip,
Yeah.
or
It's massive.
yeah, they're huge. man.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is though, is that like, okay, so if you look at Kelsey's, right, or like anywhere that sells like a spinach dip or whatever, there's always way more bread than there is dip.
Right.
Always, right? It's like getting nachos. It's like there's more chips and cheese and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But see, and that's the other thing too, is like so many appetizers out there nowadays are just so carb based, right? That it's like you get this huge fucking mound of whatever it is, and then you've ordered an entree on top of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know the owners, and like they're just like, that's probably why they do it, because then like the people are still gonna buy an entree.
Yeah.
And then end
It's
up
such
taking
a
that
waste of
entree
food,
home.
man.
But and it's also the people that will come out for dinner and just order appetizers as their dinner
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you gotta people do that all the time. They come out to the restaurant, they'll come on a Saturday night and they sit down and they're like, I'll just have a salad and like your French onion soup. And it's like,
So what would you rather
You know?
have then? Would you rather have multiple courses in front of you, or your appetizer, main course, and dessert,
what do you
like
mean?
you would normally, like the way you ate last week,
Yeah.
versus going to a Kelsey's or whatever, or even a Keg or whatever.
Someone's getting excited.
Well, I would rather I personally, when I order food, I order a main. I don't go out to a restaurant and order multiple appetizers as a
Really?
as a dish.
Yeah. See,
Like
I'm the
as
opposite.
as my food. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at mains first, and then you know what? Maybe I am hungry enough that I can have an appetizer.
Really?
Yeah,
some
I
of the
I
but-
skip appetizers
See, I'm the
altogether.
opposite.
But see, some appetizers out there, if you get 2 apps, it's more than a main,
Right.
right?
But
So-
that's what I mean by
Yeah.
portions, because like
Right.
that's probably because the trend of people going out and going, oh, I'm going to order 3 appetizers because that's going to cost me $20, as opposed to ordering an appetizer and a main that's going to cost me $50.
Yeah.
Right.
And then those 3 appetizers are going to fill me up. I'm not going to need anything else to eat for the night.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, like Eastside Mario's they used to do with
That was
Salad and
fucking
bread.
crazy.
Soup.
well,
shit
the
they would
bread,
do.
right?
soup
Olive
and-
You
Garden
weren't. They had the combo kind
Yeah,
of thing,
yeah,
like right,
yeah.
where you ordered an appetizer, and with that appetizer came super salad to start,
Yeah.
and the bread and the whole thing,
And then
right?
pasta, and then a big fucking plate of
Oh
pasta.
yeah, I know, and that's fine.
Right to the ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's the thing. People would try and skirt that,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "Oh well, I'm going to order a pizza, and then you're going to give me dinner bread
Yeah.
with
That bread
it."
was so bad for you, but it was so good. Like
Oh,
I remember
dude.
eating mounds of that shit.
So- I
dude,
did
By
the
too.
time
Olive
my
Garden was
food
the
came,
best,
I
man.
was like, "Fuck, this is done. I can't even fucking eat."
Yeah,
man.
the Olive
Yeah.
Garden, it was always like you got complimentary Caesar salad and breadsticks, and the breadsticks were epic, and so was their Caesar salad.
Was it Olive Garden that had a bowl come to you, and you
It
got to
depends
pick
on
out?
yeah. So
Right?
you got like a platter of breadsticks and a
Yeah.
bowl of Caesar salad.
God,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
I would be full by the time my meal came. I could have a bite or two and I'd be done.
and then like I always used to order the it was I can't remember what it was called. Some Italy, and you got a little piece of lasagna, chicken parm, And there was one other thing I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was the tour of Italy. It was called. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I started to get away from all those big portions.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, because it was like, and like you get like through a bite of each after eating, you know,
Yeah.
an army's worth of fucking salad and
Yeah.
breadsticks, and you're like, you're eating noodles
Yeah.
upon noodles, and you're just like, I was like a 9-year-old kid, like just like, oh.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny, just going off topic here. The first time I ever heard of a chef cutting himself was at the Olive Garden.
No way.
Yeah, I went there with my family, and our waitress came up halfway through, and she was like,
Does anyone see a finger?
yeah, no, she's like, I'm really sorry. She's like, I'm gonna have to give you your bill. I have to leave. And we're like, oh, and like my parents were like, oh, is everything okay? And she was like, no, the chef just cut his finger off. We have to go. I have to take him to the hospital. And as like a 9-year-old kid, I was like, oh,
Wow.
yeah,
It's all part of the experience.
yeah, yeah, that
Part
was
of the experience.
It was like sweet.
Wow. Ugh.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Done that a couple times too.
Cut your finger off, or just
No,
cut
the
your
tip,
finger?
like the tip off. Fuck, I still have no feeling of it. It's fucked up.
The worst is when you get it on a grater.
Yeah. Or the slicer.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, you gotta throw that out.
Or the mandolin.
Blech.
It's fucking shitty, man.
Okay.
Oh, the mandolin.
Off
Yeah,
topic,
also
off
legal
topic,
feeling.
off topic.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Let's
next
stop.
week's episode.
That is sure.
Injuries.
Chef,
Injuries.
kitchen weapons and
Injuries.
Let's talk about
shit I can
toes.
do.
No! Focus, boys.
But when I was in Italy and I was in Parma and Milan and that, I love how they eat there, man. You
Wait.
can get the fuck ton of food.
Is this the one that you were telling me about where you went into that restaurant and they were like, you had all of those like platters and then you ordered just it was like a scallion pasta? Was that in Italy?
Yeah, that was in Italy, man.
Yeah,
that
and
was
then,
incredible.
And then they were like, no, you're good. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You said like you couldn't walk after.
Yeah,
You
no, it
were,
was crazy. Okay, well, that's okay. This comes to portions too. So in Italy, I mean, I've been to Germany too. They're kind of the same way with food, but they're very dumpling, spätzle, like hearty fucking noodles.
Fried, yeah.
Oh, it's crazy,
Yeah.
right? And then their borscht, or not borscht, goulash, and all of these
Goulash.
hearty fucking stewy, meaty things. But in Italy, so my wife and I are going to a business trip in Parma, and we ended up 45 minutes away in a little town called Tabiano. And we said, well, let's just fucking walk. It's beautiful outside. It was like 22 degrees. And they're walking down this pathway, and we end up in the distance, you can see this castle. So we ended up walking to it. It's called Castello, the castle of Tabiano, the Tabiano. And it's where the northern Italy soldiers back in World War II could overlook the northern escarpment to see if anyone was invading. They had time to let other people know. Because no one really invaded from that point, they turned it into a cheese-making thing. And now, because of that, they turned it into like a place to go for like team building seminars and shit from people like Harvard and whatever. And they have a kitchen there and overlooking the escarpment you can kind of do this at. So the people I was with took us out for dinner at their restaurant, which is in a separate kind of restaurant in a different building, I guess where the generals would have stayed. And I'm looking on these walls because everyone's talking Italian. My wife and I don't really know we don't know anything. We're just kind of listening. And on the wall is like pictures of Paul Bocuse and like fucking all these old school chefs. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are the odds of me sitting in a castle, let alone a castle, but especially like these culinary legends, you know what I mean? Everyone reads about and it's followed. But long story short, on the table were fucking endless supplies of like, literally like Spanish tapas as well. Fucking just bowls of olives, bowls of sun-dried tomatoes, bowls of balsamic vinegar, bowls of olive oil, boards and boards of bread, charcuterie, name a meat that was there. Persola, sapressaga, fucking, and it doesn't matter. It was all there. So we get the menu, and I'm looking at it going, fuck, like, I don't even know what to get now. Like, someone's going to have to interpret it for me. So I got linguine and shallot sauce. That's it. And it's the plainest thing that I was like, fuck, I don't want anything too big, just because I've eaten so much of this shit. But it's the best pasta I've ever had. Like, the most flavorful, fresh pasta. It was about 7 ounces worth of pasta, so I was even feeling as it was, but, like, the best sauce. And you left, like, and everyone walks there. Everyone walks.
We
It's
gotta
like-
walk it off after.
Right?
That's
Like,
why.
they're so into
You
life
gotta
and
build
food.
your appetite and then you gotta get
Yeah,
Gotta
right?
walk
Like,
off after.
we walked around the castle just to show the property again, just to like, because that's the way they are, right? They
Yeah.
live life, they love it, they're so hospitable, but that's the way they eat, man. They flood the table with food, and it's not just one dish. And even the dishes might seem big to us, but like, it doesn't matter if it's that your main course. You're getting another course after that, which is kind of like, so you know how you always have a salad, then a main course, and then cheese and French? Well, in Italy, they'll do that first, and they'll start off, and then they'll end off with like an espresso or whatever, a tiramisu. But that's kind of like North American style.
Yeah.
They'll just keep going until you say stop.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, then they'll bring you an espresso and say, all right, you're good. They're going to pick you up again, right?
Yeah.
But that's how they live, like course after course after course after course. And then you go to North America, and you go to like fucking the keg. I don't get to this day why there's like a 42-ounce T-bowl.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's fucked.
Yeah.
That is so beyond fucked. If you're that big of a person, order 2 10-ounce New Yorks or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And you wonder why people are sick and fucked on certain things like cholesterol pills and I don't know.
Pop culture reference, that's like the great outdoors.
The old 96.
The
The old 96.
yeah, right? That exact same thing, man. The Outback had that.
There's nothing on that
They
plate.
did,
but
yeah. If you can
gristle
finish
and
that big
fat.
thing, you got a T-shirt, your name on the wall, your
Yeah.
dinner paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Free
restaurants in
t-shirt.
town here have the
Bib.
50-ounce tomahawk.
Yeah.
We get it in on special occasions, like if someone calls and orders ahead of time. But it's meant to be shared between 4 people. Like
Yeah.
it's not meant
That's
as
a big boy steak.
as a.
Yeah.
It's fucking
You ever get that well done?
no,
Steak?
no,
Bake in oven for 2 hours.
yeah, no. That would not be a. If someone called ahead and ordered it and then was like, "Oh, by the way, I want it well done," I'd be like, "No, sorry, we can't get it in."
Yeah.
Like I would not.
No, out
No,
of stock.
that's no.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways,
The old 96er.
the old 96er.
That's
Suck my wake.
What do you like though, Mark? What do you like? Do you
Oh,
like
your light
portions?
just went out on your.
Your light just went out.
Oh, no, we
Um,
should have charged it.
Okay.
Do you like portions? Do you like bigger portions, or we like to eat a whack of shit on the table?
I can go either way. I like the idea of just grabbing a whole bunch of appetizers and just nibbling away on a bunch of different things. I like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We do that at the lowdown every time
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it there. I think.
Their menu's kind of designed to be like
Yeah,
that
right.
though. Like that's the thing. Like they are kind of a tapas kind
Right,
of
Yeah.
thing,
You
right?
and I,
Like
you and I did that at what's it called? Remember?
Yeah, we fucking went of everything. And I think we had 2 chips with the chicken skin fucking. We almost.
You didn't eat, did you? Oh yeah, you
I
had
had,
one.
I had a
That's
chip or
right.
2.
Yeah,
My cholesterol
yeah.
was like.
Yeah. I ate 2 of them and I was like,
It's
I'm so
disgusting.
disappointed in myself.
Yeah. It was like a brown paper bag full of crispy chicken tenders, kids, and it was like.
And like when they ripped it open, it was just like you might as well just stick your face in a deep fryer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was,
Yeah.
But you got a sweet little vinaigrette with it. But see, I didn't know he was going to do that, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'll try your burger. Because every restaurant I go to, I try the burger,
Right.
right? Because you can't make a good burger.
that's 100% agree
Right.
with that.
So
Yeah.
I
Your
got
burger
that.
is your true test.
And then Rob's just like, yeah, we'll get the pancake, the cold salad, the this, that. So I'm just like, hey, we should get the chicken skins as a joke. He was like, yeah, and one of those. And I was like, oh, fuck.
But that's how we. I don't know. I like to eat because then you have a bite of something. You go, fuck,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
because if you have too much of one thing, I find like that pancake. If I was eating it by myself, it's too.
It was
Fucking
too sweet.
sweet,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was the barbecue
Well,
sauce.
like
and
going
But if you
to an-
split it amongst us,
Yeah,
you'd be
I
like,
agree
that was
with
really
that.
good, but that's it.
Going to a new place, I think like trying something pretty much
Right.
everything from the menu, like just you know what I mean, sharing, like
Yeah.
taking a group or whatever, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, whatever.
Yeah.
And ordering a little bit of everything just to try it, that I understand. But like when you're
Yeah.
going out with like just 2 people, you're going out for a meal, you know what I mean? But getting like 7 fucking appetizers and
I almost
then
threw up when I left.
My
that
wife
place.
hates
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
for that. She hates going out for me.
yeah, it's just I
I don't care.
don't know. It's just maybe in my mindset I'm like appetizer dinner,
Yeah.
but like again I skip over appetizers. I go straight to mains because I'm
Yeah.
like appetizers are supposed to be getting you ready for your meal. If I'm hungry enough, yeah, I'll order one. But like most of the time, I'm just like just a maintenance. I'm good with it. You know what I mean?
I was saying that recently about like Antler, that like the 4 of us should just go down there for a night and just go in there and just like do exactly that. Just order like 6 things
Yeah.
and just drink and eat and
It would be
have a good
epic, man.
I'm
Yeah.
not sharing a hotel
They have
room with
really
you
good
3.
food.
You get your own. Jesus. God.
I'm not going out to a predominantly meat restaurant with 2 fucking guys who don't eat meat.
We'll look like the chance.
What I'm trying to say is.
Wow, I hate this fucking.
Oh yeah. So.
Or
yeah,
even-
So
I
we're
mean-
not gonna go and next week's canceled. No, just kidding.
That's awesome.
Oh. I guess you guys could do it your cheat days if you wanted to.
Yeah, man, I'm in. Whatever. Fuck. If it's for good food like that,
Yeah.
anytime. Anytime. I'll never say no to good food like that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be a cheat day. I wouldn't care.
It's gotta
Fuck,
happen.
it's one day.
It's gotta happen.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? Like for the experience, what the hell? Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
we
think they have
won't-
I don't like
scripts
sushi, but I would do it if it was a proper sushi
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we went to a
Call
high
themselves a
place.
restaurant.
I don't know.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say?
I said they probably don't have scrimps there, and then he was like, "Oh, it's over. They probably can't even call themselves a restaurant."
Get fucked! You bastard!
Get fucked.
They don't have scrimps. I'm not going.
If they're not the size of my pinky nail, I don't want it.
Okay, let's
Yeah, let's talk about some mise en place. Like
Yeah.
mise en place.
Being ready for the shit that's
For
about to
your
happen.
service.
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Silence, dead air.
Well, we've all been there. Like we've all been in that shitty situation where you think you're ready,
Some people just don't get it.
and
man.
you forget one thing, and you're just
That's
like,
where
fuck.
professional kitchens, or I'll say that very strongly too, a really high end, not even a high end, sorry, a really high volume establishment. Like
Yeah.
if you work at an Olive Garden back in the day, you don't just get your little section ready. You want to make sure there's fucking 8 backups of everything
Yeah,
good to go.
yeah, yeah.
Or a professional kitchen because like everything has to be in its place or your asshole is fucking torn, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on what food you want to cook, but either or, man. If you're a high volume place, you're gonna learn pretty quick,
Yeah.
right? Might not be as standards or proper or whatever, but I mean, like.
Well, it's so funny because I've always seen like pictures and like friends who are chefs and stuff like that, and they used to work in those like high-end restaurants, and they had the little fucking plastic containers
Yeah.
with all their spices and their veggies and stuff like that. And I was always like, that's pretty rad because it looks so badass when it's all set
Yeah.
up.
It doesn't
Right,
look
it
cool,
looks
man.
good,
It's pretty
yeah.
fucking cool, man.
Yeah, so like I've always wanted to try that, but all the places I've ever worked at, it's just a cold table.
It's like a fitness test, like before and after pics.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah. But it's true, like, yeah, being set up for success, but it's so funny because you can only prep so much.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't
Well, that's
know.
why it has to be busy, right? You gotta, like, if it's slow, it's so fucking hard.
Yeah, because like you and I have only done, you know, when we used to do features,
Right,
it's like, okay, we have 8 Kessler pork chops, and that's it.
right.
You know what I mean? And then,
Or we'll get some other fucker wants things on the side that come with that dish, and we have to wing it all of a sudden, right?
yeah, yeah.
But that's a different.
That was last week's topic.
yeah. Stop backtracking.
Nothing was in his place.
But I can say, going back to last week about making reservations,
Yeah.
making reservations and not day of, like previous days or whatever.
Right.
Like plan your shit out a little bit, as much as you can. That helps with you guys prepping with mise en place for the night, because if you know walking in on a Saturday night that you've got 100 people coming in, you know you got to prep for 100 dishes, like you know
Well,
what
that's
I
a
mean,
good
or
point.
whatever.
That's a good point, especially
Yeah.
with mise en place. So do you think
100%.
do you think you should? What about restaurants that do reservations only, or restaurants that have no reservations?
So, ours is a bit of both, right? So ours is half and half, I would say. Like we have, especially on weekends, we have a lot of people who pre-make reservations
Right.
for the night of, which is great because then we have an idea of how many people are coming in.
So you know how much to prep.
We know how
according
much
to
to prep. We know
Right.
how much to staff. We know, like, you know what I mean. If it's not looking like it's going to be a super busy night, like I can cut staff if they're just going to be standing around doing
Absolutely.
nothing,
Right.
whatever. Like blah blah blah. The kitchen then knows, okay, well we've got 60 in the books for tonight, so that means we'll probably do this. You know what I mean? Whatever, blah blah blah. Because you can always bank on people making last minute reservations or walking in. Like you can always bank on some, as much room as you have available in
Right.
front of house. But if there's 0 in the books, and then all of a sudden 50 people walk in trying to get reservations in the night, you may not have prepped for that because you're thinking, oh well, we might do 20. Right? It's that kind of mentality from customers sometimes that can really fuck up
Right.
a lot of things front of house and back of house, because you may not be able to have them seated right away. You may seat them, but then their service takes a little bit longer because they're so busy.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like today, for instance, at work, like because it was Remembrance Day, there was a lot of people
Yeah.
that were supposed to come into the shop that I work at
Yeah.
for lunch and a coffee and stuff like that. And so I over prepped. Like
Yeah.
I was like ready. The whole town of Owen Sound could have came in, and
Yeah.
I would have been ready for it.
Yeah.
And 8 showed up,
Yeah.
No.
and 4 got sandwiches. I was just like, oh no, it was like 6 got sandwiches, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, you guys are set for tomorrow.
Yeah. 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 But I mean,
Yeah.
like that can also screw you too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I can.
well, the other, like a couple Fridays ago, our power went out right over dinner service from
Right. Oh, yeah.
6 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Our power was out.
Oh yeah.
So, and
that
we
was like
had,
a tornado, was it not?
yeah, that was
That's
the
right.
big storm. Our power was out
Everywhere.
in the middle
Yes.
of dinner service.
Everywhere around Collingwood, power. Collingwood, nothing.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
So we actually, like, we had, I can't even remember, I think we had 40 something in the books that night. Obviously, people couldn't come in because we didn't have power, and they couldn't call because it cuts out our phone line.
Nice.
So
Nice.
you can't get a hold of us if the power's out, right? So, there were some people that were showing up for their reservations, and I was like,
Really?
I'm really sorry. Yeah, because they didn't know our power was out, because if they were coming
right.
from Thornbury
I guess,
or
yeah,
Clarksburg
yeah.
or, Wasaga or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
I
they
love
wouldn't
that.
have known, right? So, and it's not like I can call them because I have no phone system at work. So
Right.
it's hard, but I mean, again, like, kitchen was prepped, ready to go, and then what happens with all of that? Well, you end up using it the next day.
Yeah.
But if you're still have prep from, the day before or the day before that,
Yeah.
depending on what the item is,
Yeah.
it might go in the garbage because you've over prepped, and now, natural disasters happen, and then what the fuck, right? Like,
Yeah.
there goes 6 lobster
You call
tails.
from your personal phone and be like, and then a woman answers them, oh yeah, can you tell your husband his reservation's canceled for tonight?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We'll have to meet at another
Well,
time.
yeah, we'll have to reschedule.
No,
That's
that's not funny.
funny.
That's not funny.
I would do that.
Oh, man.
That would be fucking
Yeah,
great.
so just be set up for success, really. That's the main thing about Mise En Place.
You know, the
really, is
coolest
just
mise en place I've ever seen, man, was out front at Bar Chef downtown Toronto.
Well,
Mixology is massive. Like, I've never obviously in the kitchen. but
Oh,
it
with
would-
what they're doing with cocktails nowadays?
Yeah, I know.
it's
That's what I
prepped
mean.
like a kitchen.
I would
It's
not
insane.
expect to see that out front, and I have mad respect. Not only for like I think it was Alice Fazouli's or Jack Astor's with the flipping,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bar flare.
Yeah.
But like Bar Chef that I was at anyway, I don't know if it's still there, but epic, man. They had fucking tubs iced with liter containers full of every fucking herb, better than in a
Yep.
kitchen.
Yep.
And they would
Yep.
have
All
an
their
ice shaker, a
garnish.
garnish. Like,
Yeah.
it was fucking insane. It was. I just loved
All their
watching them do it, man.
ingredients. Yep.
Making a Manhattan was like the least of their shit.
Yeah.
They were bored doing that, right? Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I have mad respect for mixology and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a different creative.
Yeah, well, imagine like when you and I used to go out for cocktails back when the world was open. Imagine going into like Gibson and Company and they offer all these amazing cocktails and like you get one, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we ran out. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
That was delicious and I want 8 more.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, the mise en place for mixology now is incredible. Like even that one I went to in Pittsburgh, I was telling you about.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and they were doing like these crazy like shit. I'm just like yeah, there's more setup than there is actual booze on
Okay,
display.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Right, and it's just like
It's an impact factor though, right?
yeah.
You're getting someone's carrying that to you, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is that?"
I was having anxiety. It's like watching Tweezer chefs. I'm like, no, why?
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that.
Caesars used to be
Smacking
the big thing.
the mint.
Caesars used to be massive, like celery, and then people were putting mini cheeseburgers on the skewer.
Oh yeah, there's
It's
clearly
crazy,
a
man.
menu. It's like a
lobster
buffet.
claw,
Yeah,
and a fucking
stupid.
Yeah, it was crazy. Have you ever seen that, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
If somebody brought that to my table, I'd be like, you can take that back.
Do you have a slingshot, sir?
Oh, that's why my Caesar took
Lose it
45
over-
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Did you
either.
crack
Fuck
the lobster
that.
fresh
I
from
want
the
my
Caesar?
fucking vodka iced tea.
Oh, God. Pussy!
Oh, fuck.
Well, someone new is going to read the top 10 tonight.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
are we going to that now?
I think so.
Let's do
I
it.
wanna do
Why
it.
not?
Insert jingle here.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Someone else did it.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
This week's topic.
Is top 10 cooking mistakes. Okay.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah,
Ready?
top 10 cooking
Are
mistakes.
you listening?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Cooking mistake number 10. Over mixing. Do you want me to read? the
Over
description?
mixing.
Yeah.
So, unless a recipe tells you to knead vigorously, always mix doughs and batters carefully and gently, especially when mixing up batters for quick breads and muffins, or meat for meatloaf or meatballs.
Don't beat that
Just
shit.
fold until the ingredients come together, as over mixing can lead to toughness.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't pick
Wow.
this
You
list.
do this
Chris
a
did.
lot
I
better
know.
than me.
I thought I picked this one, yeah.
Chris sent me this. Okay. What? Got comments? Suggestions?
You're like reading three special kids a story. That
I
we
know.
just like.
Are you guys entranced right now? Are you
a
okay?
story for bedtime?
Yes, I can.
Well, I thought there was more. Sorry, that's all I was.
That's
waiting
over
for.
mixing. So
Over mixing. Wow,
That's a rookie mistake that can happen.
it is a massive rookie
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, big time.
can I tell you a story about how I did this once?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I made tzatziki.
Oh.
So I
Uh-oh.
made homemade tzatziki.
Yeah.
Did all the cucumbers, drained the water, did the whole thing. Like I was like, yeah. Put in my yogurt and then put it in the blender. So
Oh,
I
nice.
overmixed. No, but I
Oh.
overmixed the yogurt so it went watery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to folding and everything.
Wow.
So I
Right.
didn't make tzatziki. I made literally
That
a
could be a
cucumber
fucking
fucking
nightmare.
smoothie. It was disgusting. Yeah, it was
Yummy.
nasty. Anyways, but I learned my lesson because I went, oh, I was supposed to fold that in. Yeah. Anyways, that's my story.
That's cool.
Okay, next one.
Well done.
Fucking cucumber smoothie.
Can I have a cucumber smoothie? It's green.
Actually, people would probably pay top dollar for that.
Probably
right
would have
now.
been, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
That's someone's
post the recipe on our
go-to,
Facebook page. All right, cooking mistake number 9: not resting meats and casseroles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that. I fucking
Because
hate
yeah,
that.
because
Steak?
well, not even that.
I
But,
fucking hate when people.
yeah, don't rest the steak. Yeah, because it cooks for 3 minutes
Or a
after.
burger or
Yeah.
whatever, man. Let shit rest.
But even
Just-
like casseroles and stuff, I totally understand what she's saying because there's been times where like I've seen people cut into it. And it's like let a lasagna rest for 5 minutes after cooking.
just gonna say
Soup.
lasagna.
right,
Yeah.
and then you cut it, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's just like fucking.
It's annoying, man. He will just scoop and serve. It's not,
Yeah.
100%.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. And then you got like no cheese and just a bunch of noodles and shitty sauce. It's
Yeah.
like great.
Blech. All right, cooking mistake number 8: slicing meat with the grain. Trigger.
You're bringing me back. You
Yeah,
are.
I know,
Fuck this. No, that's.
I did that a couple times. I'll admit that, and it's mostly with like
It's
smoked
so
meat
true. That's so
and
true.
stuff like
Fuck.
that. Like
Yeah.
you put it on the slicer and you're not paying attention. You're hungover from the night before, and you're like, "Why is it shredding?"
Brisket's a main one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brisket
Yeah.
on a slice, like a beef brisket sandwich, can
Yeah.
be so fucking tough.
Well, it's like then you've got to wonder why all the meat is spitting out on the opposite side, and that's
Right.
because it's just
I've been to
shredding.
really good places though that have fucking. I'm so disappointed, man. That's so true though. No, it's so because barbecue's like a big thing. When you're gonna put that on the menu, man, like a lot of people don't understand what it takes to make that shit proper.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many people doing it now, right? Like Montana's and that are such a joke compared to what else. Like the real mom pa's. You were down south.
Well, I actually just went to one
That's
that's
a
an hour and
real
a half
proper-
away. It was really cool in the general store,
Yeah?
and they were like smokehouse to the fucking nines.
That's-
Man, I had
yeah,
a brisket
yeah.
sandwich. It was like hands down the best one I've ever.
Really,
eaten. It
eh?
was amazing.
See, that's what you want to
Amazing.
go to. You don't
Yeah.
want to go to Montana. Not to knock that shit, but I mean, whatever.
But
You
to
know, when
knock
it's
it.
someone's specific thing, that's.
But it was cool though, man. His smoker was in like a wooden shed
Oh,
with
yeah?
like grates like up on top, so the smoke could like it was actually really cool.
Buddy went to the smoker out of wood. Then they had
No,
to
the
call the
smoker
fire
was
department.
inside the
no,
shed.
no, my buddy did.
Oh,
Then they had to call the
fuck.
fire department. Sorry. Next.
Number 7.
It's crazy.
Cooking mistake number 7: using a dull knife.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's how most injuries
That's why
happen.
most
it
chefs
just
want to bring
slides
their own
off. Like,
knives.
yeah, it
'cause
just
it's like,
slides
fuck.
off the fucking food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cutting a
God.
pepper. I've
Oh.
seen so many people cut their fingers cutting a pepper.
Yeah.
When you're sawing into a tomato, you're
Yeah.
just like.
Yeah, or a tomato.
So
Exactly.
you use the tip to get it started?
No, those are for cans. Those are for cans. Is that your $400 knife, chef? Yeah.
Oh, dull knives, man. Fuck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate them. I fucking hate them. Number 6.
Wow, you think we've been through Vietnam or
I
what?
know. You guys are having
Way to
fucking
trigger us. Fuck.
PTSD.
I can't go home now. I'm going to drive around Collingwood to decompress.
I'm glad I live in me for
Throw
that
eggs
long
at my
time. Yeah. Sharpen the knives!
They used to wake her up middle of the night, or she would fucking stop and be like, babe, that's okay. The oven's not a 450. Relax. Now it's Christmas nightmares, man. I swear to God.
Oh, I would wake up.
All
dude,
the
'cause
dumbest shit.
I'd be like, someone get the chip machine. I'd be like, all right, I'm sleeping.
Oh, right, I'm sleeping.
Oh, what are
All
we
right.
at? What are we at? 6?
Cooking mistake number 6.
All right.
Putting wet food into pans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
That's almost
vegetables.
worse, yeah.
Like wet vegetables.
Yeah.
Especially with oil. Say bye to your eyebrows, fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when you
That's
hear
what
when you
annoying
hear
when
that sizzle and crackle, you're like, yep, that pan's.
But when you learn it yourself and you have that shitty experience, your knuckles are fucking like
Yeah.
leprosy
Yeah.
because of all the oil spraying down it. When someone else does it, it's funny. Because when they don't know, and
knuckles
you're
have herpes.
oh, he's doing sauteed veg again. I got it.
Yeah.
Don't mind the leper
So
in the bag.
true, though, yeah. He's our server for today.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Cooking mistake number 5. Not seasoning enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually,
That's
you know
horrible.
what? That out of all of these, that happens more often than any of them so
So
far.
far,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the description says, don't be afraid of salt. A sprinkle of kosher salt intensifies flavors, making food taste more like itself.
Right.
Mhm.
It's true. But a lot of places still under season to have salt and pepper on the table now.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But some
Anyways.
people want, I don't know. Diners normally, traditionally, always have salt and pepper.
So, yes, but so there's a rule within front of house. I'm gonna tell a little story here. If you go to a restaurant and you see salt and pepper on the table,
Yeah.
that immediately makes your customers think we don't season our food.
You think so?
Yeah, because what will happen is people will get their food, and what do? They immediately grab the salt and pepper.
Yeah.
They won't taste their food first. They'll just immediately grab the
Right.
salt and pepper and shake on it, regardless if they've tasted it or not.
Personally, from my experience, I think older people want it anyway.
We don't put it
So
on the
a lot
tables
of
for dinner.
people.
We make people ask
Yeah,
for it.
but see, you're a
Yeah.
higher end establishment.
Yeah.
That's why, though.
Yeah.
But then again, that's where I get fucked off with when giving to the customer.
Yeah.
When you go to a place like yours,
Yeah.
I should expect not to have to season my
You
shit,
don't.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if I go to a diner, and I'm more often than not, older people, their taste buds are getting less and less and less, right? No, then they need
Yeah.
salt and pepper,
Yeah.
so they want it on their fries,
Yeah.
even though they can see the granules of salt in their fucking fries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
my dad used to do that all the time. It's
But
like,
you
oh
can
my
ruin
God.
a dish by adding too much seasoning
100%.
before you
Oh,
even
yeah.
tasted
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Like
Right.
that's the thing. Like, but putting the salt and pepper on the table makes guests like subconsciously think
They have to
they don't.
season it.
They have to season it themselves, right? So then they'll over season because they think there's nothing on there when there is, especially fries, right? Like you can see the salt on them.
Right.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes you can't, depending on how fucking greasy they are coming out of the
Yeah.
kitchen. But like, and they'll just instantly like start shaking salt on it, and then they're like, "Oh God, these fries are salty."
You know what I think
Right?
is the number one under-seasoned thing of all time for me, my whole career, is mashed potatoes.
100%.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Other than meats, mashed potatoes, you get them and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's no salt and pepper on the table.
Although I have been to one restaurant where their mashed potatoes were fucking phenomenal and they were seasoned perfectly.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mine was in Quebec. Au Pied de Conchal, same thing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. The Mill
So
Cafe
good.
for me. It was just
Yeah,
like you
really,
got it in
eh?
your jowls. It was so rich and just fucking epic.
Yeah.
And they served it with beef cheek and it was just like
Oh, we might have to go there next. We should go there one time, actually.
Yeah.
Support that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cooking mistake number 4: not tasting as you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
we've dealt with people like that.
a million times.
Yeah, it's like taste your fucking
A
food.
million
man.
times. I have a fuck ton of spoons in any kitchen I work at. And I'm
Yeah.
always asking everybody, try this. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
Because then, like, our taste buds are so different, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if it's too, like, I don't know. That's number one. You should be you're gone.
Mhm.
You're out.
100%.
In the kitchen, you can't, yeah.
Well,
You're
how
out.
do you know? How do you know something's not off?
Well, if you're not there, how do you know someone can cook when you're to replace you or like to help on a night?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be proper all the time.
Yep.
Taste, taste, taste.
Okay. Cooking mistake number 3: not reading the recipe.
Wow.
Back to my tzatziki story.
See, I'm really impartial to that though.
Well, yeah,
Really
because
impersonal.
yeah, but a lot of the recipes that we do, we have them in our brains. They're like,
Right.
they're there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I know all my recipes.
I can't
like,
say that for
by
pastry
heart.
though. I can't say that for pastry or for bread.
I'm not gonna.
Because that's so
Pastry?
precise.
No,
That's
bullshit.
So precise.
Yeah,
If
that
the-
shit's
cakes,
precise.
Cakes or anything. The only one that I can do is my sticky toffee pudding. You put
Right.
anything else, be like, cook a carrot cake without a recipe. Go fuck yourself.
No,
Go
that's
fuck
what I'm
it
saying.
up.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I
Like
need
certain
2 carrots shaved.
I think, but that's the last point though for me
Sure.
is that if you don't taste as you go, because you can't taste pastry as you go, it's totally different. dynamic, right?
Yeah.
But if you're making a sauce, you can taste it at every stage that its like flavor composition rises. But I don't know. That is. Oh, it depends on if it's a batch recipe of something very specific, like a salad dressing, like you were saying. Then yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think in general, overall cooking, yeah.
Or like your berry vinaigrette that didn't have one,
Yeah.
and then you got mad
Everyone
because you had to
winged
do it every time.
Everyone winged it. No, because someone tried to make
Yeah.
it. It's like,
Chris, can you
But
make
that-
the berry
they were
vinaigrette?
tasting it.
No.
but they were tasting it, and they thought that was okay. And I was like, "Are your taste buds were?" No, it's not good.
Yeah, you tried to show me one
I tried,
time.
yeah.
You were like, it's berries and this and that. And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
And vinegar. Yeah.
It's not me.
Chris, are you paying attention? No.
Going for a dart.
Yeah.
Let me know when it's ready.
Yeah. Rob, is that berry vinaigrette ready yet?
True. So fucking true.
Oh my
I feel
god.
so alone.
Cooking mistake number 2:
Yeah.
crowding the pan.
Yeah.
Crowding the pan.
Yeah.
Trying
Yeah.
to do too much at once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, even if you look at those like the Thai and like Asian infusion and stuff like that, like they'll do like one dish of pad Thai in a wok that's like the size of
Massive.
this fucking table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just even fucking cooking space.
Absolutely.
It's true. They're
No,
huge.
I know.
Because they can do that fucking weird like ding, 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 ding.
The wok flip.
Yeah, the wok
wok flip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the number one? Da, 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 da,
Da,
da.
da, da, da.
Cooking mistake number 1: being afraid of heat.
Wow. Wow. That's,
Oh, if I ever saw that.
So here's the description. For that perfect golden brown crust on a steak or chop, let the pan get nice and hot before adding oil, and then let the oil get hot before adding food. That's their description. And you're welcome. There's the top 10.
I thought that was like somebody like, you know, going like trying to flip a steak on a grill and being like,
Yeah.
that's what I thought it was gonna be.
being afraid to touch. Yeah, it's too hot for them.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
it
dealt
could
with
be
people like
No,
that.
that's true though. In every aspect, that's true. Yeah, not just that one scenario.
It's like the
but-
steak that's you're well done, that's at the back of the grill, and you see somebody going to reach for it, and they're like, and I'm like,
It's
you
dying in front of them.
fucking idiots.
It's dying in front
Yeah.
of them. They're too afraid to go and get it. Yeah.
It's singeing all my knuckles.
Oh, fuck. But you know what though? That's so true because a lot of people that if they can't grill a steak,
Yeah.
they have no idea what searing means. So it's all fucking raw and not even properly seared and like a
Or
scallop.
like if a pan just gets a bit of flame.
Yeah.
Like people that have been in the industry love that shit.
Yeah.
Like I love it. It's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But then you get like the greenhorns that are like, you know, they put some in the pan.
Greenhorns.
It's just like,
Fire!
Call my mom.
Fire!
everybody evacuate, pull the alarm.
Call 911!
Dude, fuck off. I feel like that would be Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you saw that fire.
Weep. I just give up, walk out.
We're gonna do
Throw my tongs in my apron. Fuck this shit.
He's gonna just throw his apron in the fire. Actually, when we do one of those cooking shows, we're gonna do one with you cooking. We're just gonna sit back and watch.
Nope.
I've seen you do it, and you're good at it.
You know what? He'd be on skip the dishes so fast.
It's like Mrs.
People all of a sudden
Doubtfire.
shit would show up at the back door and be fucking.
He's planning it all
Ta-da!
nicely.
We'd all be like, "Whoa, what the fuck, man?"
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "This, hey, man,
Just
tell you.
don't go
pretty
to
cool.
the kitchen.
It would be, yeah, still come in the kitchen." That's pretty smart.
No, you're gonna do it. Yeah.
Or yeah,
We'll
you'd
do
be
something.
doing
We
like a
gotta do
Mrs.
something in
Doubtfire.
action.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah,
have
yeah.
you'd have all the meals
Like
in
the
the back, and
little
you just plating
carrots,
them.
fan,
Yeah, he's
and-
just plating the whole thing. Don't come upstairs to the kitchen. Stay down there.
I have to work by myself.
Yeah.
But you cooked for a bunch of us, and it was good. So,
Thank you.
and I heard your Thanksgiving was a blast too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that came out all right.
so now we're gonna put you to the test.
Okay.
We're gonna film
Special
it.
requests.
Yeah, we're gonna film it.
Yeah, nothing with fucking tofu.
No vegetables, all meat.
Just says during a yawn.
Don't be afraid of the pan and season well.
Yeah,
I was up at 7:30 this morning. Shut up.
There you go.
season well and don't be afraid of the pan. And sharpen your knives.
Yeah,
before-
sharp. Don't use a fucking dull knife.
Fuck.
I use my knives to roll tomatoes.
Roll tomatoes.
Oh,
That's
that's the
awesome.
that's the wor- oh. I'm just thinking about cutting a tomato with a dull knife.
Yeah, I know. I just, you know what? I roll it onto the floor and kick it underneath the equipment. Next. Fuck it.
So if it's that hard to cut a tomato, can you imagine like the bartenders using like a dull knife to do lemons and limes?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
When bartenders used to steal our knives in the kitchen, because they were obviously later sometimes after like we were done in the kitchen when it was like late night food only, we would just dull all the knives purposely or just leave them the dull knives. Fuck, there'd be so many band-aids. All the band-aids just go to bartenders.
Yep.
That's so true. I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, because if you think a dull knife slips off a tomato,
I know.
a lemon,
Yeah. When you're in the shits and you gotta cut a fucking shit ton of lemons,
Yeah.
man.
Or you need like a lemon. You need like a twist
Oh yeah.
or something.
You
and
gotta
like,
cut it really
twists are
thin.
that you can't.
Yeah.
You have to use a specific knife. But
Well, you've got that.
You used to use a bread knife.
No, but you've got the little tool that they have.
yeah, the zester thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But
Some people don't
Yeah.
even know how to use those though.
oh, I know.
Some fucking shits everywhere. The
I know.
lemon looks like
Sometimes
fucking-
watching some of the bartenders try to even make just like a slice of orange for like a Manhattan.
Right,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, what are you doing?
It's like half a
Like-
quarter of a wow.
It's
Quarter
like-
of a quarter of an
It's like
orange.
a round, like it's quarter size.
Squeezed
it's like,
and
what do you-
fucked. You can tell
No.
someone just said fuck it.
Like, if you never peeled anything in your life, like, I don't understand how that happened.
So we got a guest next week.
Yeah, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very cool.
Her story's gonna be awesome. I got talking with her and Mark at Gibson and Company one night, and
Yeah.
she just kind of like unloaded like her whole career to me, and I was just like, it's good, it's great. You and I are gonna love it
That's awesome.
because of the way she went.
Yeah.
Dude.
Maybe she can read the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
Ali
cool.
Grunman.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to read the top 10
Awesome.
anymore?
No, it's no. So I think that's her new job because
That
she's
would be
like,
cool. Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I'm just saying
Oh,
if
sorry.
she's new. No, you know. And
Sorry,
five.
guys.
I've been
Bye. Jesus.
No, I meant the guests that come on. You know how Letterman would have whoever came on, they would read the top 10?
No,
Say it
that's
out.
not it. Letterman
No?
always did it, and he did it by
No.
himself. With yes,
No.
he did. Yes,
No.
he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. People would come out.
What?
Oh, people that would come out as his guest would stay in
Oh,
front.
maybe that was the older ones. It was always him and his piano player.
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Him and Paul Schaefer would read the majority of the top 10s, but then sometimes he'd have
Sometimes
special
it would be-
guests
right.
that would come
And
out
they
and
would
read the top 10s.
Right.
And sometimes
But
they were sports teams, and sometimes they
He
were
doesn't know
celebrities,
that
whatever.
it's only Cindy's job.
It's not
It
my-
will not be taken away from No, it's a good call. I like that. It's
A
very
plus.
good.
A plus.
A plus.
Yeah, you have a better top 10 voice than we do.
Yeah.
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 Duh.
Okay.
Duh.
Well,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening.
Tune in next week for our first proper guest.
Yeah,
It'll be awesome.
it'll be the first guest in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. It's gonna be fun.
A woman chef.
Yeah, Mark's not gonna be able to talk. It's gonna be great.
Wow.
Yeah, no one would be on the mic.
You can come sit behind me and
He's
just
gonna be
yell.
standing there
Alright.
pouting in the corner of the
I'll give you this
camera.
the whole
and be
time.
like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to do sound.
Yeah. I don't
I
want
don't want to do
buttons.
sound. I want to do the top 10.
Just Mark yelling from the other
He's
side.
gonna be behind
Number
you,
one!
heckling you. Number 5 was shit.
We're just like
That's a dumb topic.
like we're like literally like that's what it's gonna
He's
be.
gonna
It's
be
gonna-
heckling her
We're
in
gonna
the
be like,
back.
so that one time back in our career, that's fucking stupid. No one cares.
Your guests are dumb.
Oh my god. Thank you very
Show's
much.
the worst.
Oh my god.
And on that note,
See you
ladies
next
and
week,
gentlemen,
everybody.
see you next week. Thank you
Peace.
very much. Oh, there was no fuck you at the end.
There's no two open shift either.
Oh, yeah.
You better come home in my kitchen. Gone to 86 again.